Hey everyone, welcome back to MetalDisciple.com's 365 Days of Metal. My name is George, and this is day 200. Alright, welcome to day 200, another milestone day in this year-long project. To mark the occasion, I've decided it's time to pull out the big guns and talk about a band I've been keeping in my back pocket for just such an occasion. For me, this band is definitely in my top 10 of all-time favorite metal bands, maybe even top 5. These guys wrote a lot of songs that got me through a lot of shit. I'm dedicating today's album to Josh, who shares my immense love for this band. From Finland, these are the northernmost killers themselves, Sentenced, and their fourth album, Down. I've chosen to feature Down for several reasons. The first reason is because this was the first Sentenced album that I ever heard. Back in 1996, I was in Tower Records in Ann Arbor, Michigan, and I'd been poring over the CD racks looking for something new to add to my collection. And I just wasn't finding anything that looked promising. But after spending an hour or more looking, I'm not going to want to leave empty-handed. So that's when I grabbed something for the sake of buying it and hope for the best. Well, on this particular day, I grabbed Down by Sentenced because A, the logo looked metal, and B, they were on Century Media, a company that I trusted for releasing good metal. When I got home and popped the disc in my player, I wasn't really expecting very much, but by the time I got through the first full song, Noose, I was starting to realize I'd made an actual discovery. By the time I finished listening to the whole album, I was giddy with excitement. I'd just found my new favorite band. The other reason I decided to go with Down today was because this was the first album to feature Ville on vocals. Not to knock the guy who he replaced, I dig him and will show my respect by not butchering his name, but when Ville came on board, the Sentenced sound just clicked, and everything the band did could do no wrong in my ears. For the next 9 years, Sentenced were my go-to band for just about any situation, but particularly when life was taking a big dump in my mouth and I needed some commiseration. Anyone that's ever really listened to Sentenced knows that their songs are the polar opposite of cheerful. These guys made an art form out of gut-wrenchingly depressive and suicidal music. One of my greatest concert experiences ever was getting to see Sentenced play Jack's in Virginia. They were the first of 4 or 5 bands. I think In Flames was headlining and Killswitch, maybe Dark Tranquillity. I don't recall because the only band that mattered to me was Sentenced. It was tragic that Sentenced was the very first band and wouldn't get to play very long. And to make matters worse, no one there seemed to know who they were. Even my friend Buke didn't really know them well at the time, so I was the only one there getting into the set. There I was in this pit near the stage, and everyone is standing still, arms at their sides, looking bored. And then there's me, singing along to every song with tears in my eyes. Greatest moment ever, when Ville saw me singing along, an island of fanaticism and a sea of apathy, and he leaned out toward me and was pointing to me as he was singing. I would have totally gone gay for him at that moment. Buke likes to tell the story that this was the happiest he's ever seen me. At the end of Warrior of Life, he could have just told me about the rabbits and double-tapped me in the back of the head. I'd have been okay with that. After Sentenced finished playing, the sound guy at Jack's made an announcement over the PA that Jack's would be bringing Sentenced back as a headliner, which is surprising since nobody gave a shit. But alas, it was not to be, for the band retired before that could ever happen. I feel privileged to have had the opportunity to see them play live. So yeah, Sentenced, one of my favorite bands ever. I have little doubt that as the year wears on and I need material, I'll be coming back to this well again. If you haven't yet heard anything from this band, I cannot stress enough how badly you need to listen to today's playlist. I'm going to restrict the songs to just this album, since I'll probably be talking about other albums down the road. But make sure you check these guys out. Seriously. Alright, I'll be back tomorrow with what I see as the natural progression of today's train of thought. See you then.